going to show you guys the basic cross choke from back, and I'll show you guys some variations that you could add to it. So I get James's back. All right, so we have our seatbelt here. A couple things on the seatbelt. I want to have good control on his legs. I don't want to cross my feet. I don't want to get ankle locked, okay? This is points. If I do the body triangle from back, that's no points. It's a good control position, and it takes away their breath, and it sucks for him, but you don't get points for it. So get this first, okay? For the seatbelt grip, I don't want to have my top hand on the top. I want to have my bottom hand on the top, okay? Gripping with my palms towards him so it's easy access to the collars, rather than a gable grip where it's an extra half second to get the collar. This way, the collar's right there. I use my bottom hand to shield my top hand so that if he comes up and starts grabbing my hands, right, he'll get at least one of his hands on my bottom hand, which means I can slide this hand to the collar. If I have this hand on top, he gets both hands on my top hand, makes it harder to get his collar. Just a little detail, okay? So we're here, all right? So for the basic cross choke, I want to get a thumb in grip. So what you'll do, assuming we have all of our stuff properly positioned, I'll take this hand, flip the collar open. I'm going to go thumb in grip. So I'm going to pull this collar down to get a nice tight bite, and I'm rolling my thumb. I'm putting my thumb into it, rolling it so that it creates like a hard cord against his carotid on this side, okay? Once I get this grip, yeah, this thumb, flipping it open, and then gripping, okay? That way I can also get all of my fingers involved in the grip, right? I want to grip this whole thing like a rope, right? So I've got a nice strong grip here, okay? Couple different ways we can finish. The basic way is to now take this hand, now that I got this grip, and go to the far lapel, okay? Grip it anywhere along the lapel. It doesn't matter. I don't need to get it super high. I can grab it mid-low. I can grab it low, okay? The thing is I need to pull down to take the slack out. So this tricep extension takes the slack out, okay? And then it's an easy matter of just leaning back and pulling my elbow, okay? Pull your elbow and you cast, right? We're always casting. That will take the rest of the slack out, compress both carotids. This carotid is going to get compressed by this hard bar that I create here, and then this one gets pulled across this carotid, okay? So again, we'll go other side. I'm protecting my hand. He goes to peel. I flip open, I get that grip, thumb in grip, okay? This hand comes to the other side, and now I pull this down, and then I just lean back, okay? It's like you're slitting his throat with your thumb. You're just pulling the gi across, yeah? So that's the basic cross back choke. Pretty simple, okay? But it's not always that easy to get this far grip. Sometimes he'll grab it with this hand and start pulling it away, okay? In that case, there's some other stuff we could do. There's the chicken wing or the half Nelson, where you take your hand down and out behind the head and choke that way. This one works pretty good when he starts rolling away from me. He often gives me access to this one, okay? Same thing on this side. I get that grip, but he starts pulling that far lapel away. I can't reach it, down and out. Okay, just putting the blade of your hand behind his head and choking that way, okay? That's another good one. Another one I like, if we get to here, right, and he starts bringing this hand up to defend, I can get this hand, and look how I'm grabbing it. Right here, right where his wrist meets the blade of his hand. I'm getting control on it this way. Now I'm using this arm to prevent him from turning, and then I could just lean back and choke this way. Okay? So this hand just pins this hand down into his belly, right? And then this one, you're leaning back and I'm pulling my elbow, right? And casting. Same thing on this side. We're here. I get this grip. He brings his hand up to hand fight. I get this grip. I bring it down. And now I can just choke like that, okay? So that's 3. And then the final one, if this is the first time seeing these, just do the first one, okay? The rest of these are for people that have done this 100 times. Final one here. Sometimes you get this bite, and you get this arm out, and then he tucks all his elbows in nice and tight, and I can't even get this arm in to do anything, but I've got a good bite on his neck, okay? So I've got a good grip here, but I can't finish with just one arm. I mean, there are times maybe you can, but it's real hard. What I need is some counter pressure, so I could take this arm, karate chop to the back of his neck, grab my own forearm, and then use that as a counter lever, okay, to make a scissor, okay? Same thing here. This arm gets out during the roll. He won't let me get it back in. I can't grab this far lapel because he's protecting his lapels, and I can't get the leverage to finish. I grab the back of my forearm, karate chop, and I use that, right? And I'm doing this here, pushing my forearm, making a connection here, and pushing my forearm into the back of his neck to help add pressure to the front of the collar, yeah? So we've got 1, 2, grab, reach up, 3, 4. Okay? We won't do the bow in there. That's on purple. That's on the purple belt test. That's coming in 2 weeks. Okay, so run through those 4 if you've done all these before. If not, just do the first one until you have it down perfect, yeah? All right, 1, 2, 3.